Hi folks, I'm not sure how loud this video is going to be. My boys I think are still sleeping, so I'm going to try to not be too loud so I don't wake them up. I wanted to make a quick video about episode 6 of The Masked Caesar season 4, and after I do that one I plan to do one like a rundown of all the characters that are left and some of the clues about them and who I think they possibly are based on those clues. Um, and in that one also I'm going to include quite a bit about how we still don't know who the Olympic gold medalist is that Nick promised us this season. So I have some thoughts on who potentially is the Olympic gold medalist. Um, so, and okay, I wrote these down a little bit out of order, but they're, I'm going to say them in the order that they happened because I was trying to write down the characters' names before it actually started. And Izzy's going to bark and growl at every little sound she hears because that's how she is. Plus, my boys are probably going to wake up, so I might end up having to stop the video and then remake it or something. I don't know. Anyway, first to perform on episode 6 was Mushroom. And, okay, so Mushroom said that something about being offbeat, and there was what I thought were spiders on his lunch, but they were actually black beetles. Robin Thicke pointed out. And he said even a porcini or cornini can be prom queenie. Now, I've seen a lot of things that say that he said even a pornini or crimi, I can't even say it, crimini, which are both one is a type of mushroom and the other I think is a dish that is made with mushrooms, but that wasn't even what he said. He said a cornini, which is an Italian artist. So, and I think there may have also been some clues in the past about the Italian flag for him. So that goes along with that gift, that that clue, I think. Sorry, I was reading ahead on my clues. He said that he's always had unique gifts. He's always felt like an outcast. Um, and there was orange juice or possibly tang in the background on the other episode that he performed on. There was a queen bee. And of course, in this one, he made the reference to being a prom queenie. Um, there was a lot of tie dye type stuff with basically rainbow colors. And so I did watch this one more than one time. I don't remember if I have any additional clues for Mushroom from that. I don't really think that I do. No, but I wrote down all of the clues that I have from the different episodes and stuff. But anyway, again, watching the way that Mushroom walks and carries himself on stage when he performs, listening to his voice, I'm going to go against Wayne Brady and I'm going to say that Mushroom is not RuPaul, but is actually Adam Lambert. All the Queen references, and I'm not sure what some of the other clues would mean. I'm not sure if he is part Italian or not. He has done concerts in Italy, but I did some research online and I discovered that, he did always feel like an outcast. He was picked on in school, but for being different, didn't understand why he was different until he actually realized that he was gay. And he was like, I guess maybe that's why I'm so different. And so that falls to the, clues about him being picked on and feeling like an outcast. So yeah, I'm changing mine from RuPaul to Adam Lambert for Mushroom. And then the next person that performed was Broccoli, and I have clues written down for him all over the place. Um, on Broccoli's, it said something about um, food fellas, I believe is what it said instead of good fellas, food fellas, because broccoli, and it said Copa banana, and he referred to I can't remember if it was his boss or his best friend, one or the other. I think it was his boss. He called the big cheese. I mean, that generally refers to your boss. And there was a reference to 6 a.m. There was a acoustic guitar in a frame hanging in the background. There was a Hawaiian pizza with Canadian bacon and pineapple on it. And he said something about being a classic. There was an anchor, which Ken Jeong said might refer to his maybe Captain Ron if it's Martin Short. And he said the combination to figuring out his identity is, and there were dashes between them, 3-7-2-6-5, which I'll talk more about later. And then he said he's going to let us see his sultry side, and he did sing Hello for his performance this time. They also showed a home that had a white picket fence around it, like a small home that had a white picket fence around it, and they each had a surprise clue that came from a genie's lamp, and Nick rubbed the lamp, and it was a roulette wheel that was on black 26, and I'll tell you the significance of that with my guess here in a minute, and I have not changed my guess for Broccoli, though I was thinking maybe he was the Olympic gold medalist. I also thought that about Mushroom, and then I eliminated both of them as being the Olympic gold medalist, but I could be wrong on that. And oh yeah, some things that may or may not be important on Broccoli's clues also. It showed chopped up red cabbage, and then it showed a taxi cab that was that was a head of red cabbage. So several red cabbage things there. There were also carrots. There was the number 900, and as I mentioned, the anchor and the Hawaiian pizza. Now, before Ken Jeong or Wayne Brady, guessed for Broccoli Martin Short, because the three men that Jenny McCarthy pointed out were not three men. They were three men, but there were three men wearing sombreros, which to me said three amigos. Which brings me back to the numbers. There was some other stuff I had written down about him as well. I thought, I'll just go to my thing that I wrote about all of the clues about all of them, because that's where I wrote down a lot of my thoughts on why I believe that he is Martin Short, okay? Okay, so the combination 3-7-2-6-5 and the roulette wheel being on black 26. Okay, Martin Short's birthday is March 26th of 1950. So the black 26 could possibly be the day that he was born. The 3 in that combination could be a lot of things. He was in the Santa Claus 3. As I mentioned before, he was in Three Amigos. He was born in March. He also has 3 children. So that's a lot of stuff pertaining to the number 3 for Martin Short. The number 7, it took me a while to find something on, and I'll come back to that whenever I get done with number 5, which is the last one. Except I was like, perhaps the 7 has to do with, since he was born in 1970, since he was born in 1950, he's 70 years old. So perhaps the 7 is the 70 without the 0 on the end of it. That was what I originally came up with for that. 2, in addition to being one of the numbers of his day of birth, he was also in the movie Jungle to Jungle. So that could be pertaining to that. And the number 6 on its own, I think it was a show, like a talk show that he was on. This is called 6 Underground. I should have done a little bit more research about what that is exactly. But he was on 6 Underground. And then the number 5 by itself, he is one of 5 children. So his parents had 5 kids. And as I said before, he's born in 1950. So perhaps the 5 is his year of birth without the 0 on it. But he is one of 5 children, which made me go, oh, well, okay, he's one of 5 children. The 5 children plus his 2 parents is 7. So, and there's a lot of other stuff it could pertain to too, but as Kim pointed out, there was the Canadian bacon in there. There was the anchor, which could possibly refer to that movie Captain Ron. There was the acoustic guitar, which could be something referring again to Three Amigos. He talked about fellas and the Copa Banana, and I feel like he's trying to give us the impression that he might be Robert De Niro, but as we know, Paul Schaefer tried to make us think he was Martin Short, and I honestly wholeheartedly believe that Broccoli is Martin Short, who is a very, very, very talented actor. Um, so I'm trying to remember because those are the two I had inverted on the list, I think, and there were only 4 that performed because after this episode we were down to 10 people, and that's why I decided I want to do a video about the people that are left in the clues for them and who I think those people are and why I think they're them, and try to kind of use logic to determine who might be the gold medal Olympian, since we're down to 10 people and that person is still there. And in my personal opinion, the majority of these people sing pretty good. I would say the low totem pole of the singers, unfortunately, are probably whatchamacallit. There was another one that I had down there, I think. Oh, they were both in the first group, Serpent and whatchamacallit. Both in group A, I believe. Might be group, no, that's group B. Yeah, they're both in group B, which had more people in it. But anyway, so the next person to perform was Squiggly Monster. He makes people laugh. There was a football thrown at the crotch. There was an eye chart. He kept talking about America. It said stuff about DJ. He was telling people to vote for him and showing like what appeared to be the Oval Office in the White House. There were ears of corn. He said he was bullied also growing up. He said something about the corn popped. Were the ears of corn, and then it popped and became popcorn. There was a banana peel that one of the men in black slipped on. He was being really silly. There was a whole lot of burritos, and he said he wants to get your vote. He sang Satisfaction and did a good job of it. His clue from the genie lamp was a big teddy bear. And apparently clues that I missed, there was a pineapple. And somebody asked, like they had one of the viewer questions, and someone asked if he was married, and he said that he is. And I think that's all the clues that I mean, that's quite a bit of clues, but I think that's pretty much all I got for Squiggly Monster watching it. And when I was, when I went back and watched it the second time, well, my Hulu keeps wanting me to rewatch it. And I'm like, okay, like it wanted me to rewatch it again last night, or bright and early this morning, actually. And I was like, okay, I guess it's time to go to bed because I don't really feel like I need to watch that episode one more time. But I did realize whenever I was watching it the second time, the Squiggly Monster did actually sound like exactly who he was. And remember, I had talked about him having the black felt hat on that was flat on top that made me think that possibly it was Kid Rock, along with some of the other clues. And the White House stuff, Kid Rock had said that he was going to run for Senate. And I don't remember, there were some of the other clues in there too that still had me thinking that possibly it was Kid Rock. Spoiler alert if I didn't already say that, I'm going to tell toward the end of this who did get eliminated in this episode. So, but the DJ thing, Kid Rock started as a DJ. And like I said, he in 2017 was saying he was going to put his hat in his state Senate race. And I mean, he's a goofy person and all. So I was like, yeah, I'm still thinking that, I'm still thinking Kid Rock is Squiggly Monster. I guess that works either way. And now I need to find where I actually have my clues written for Jellyfish, because I have some scattered here and there. And yeah, Broccoli and Jellyfish are the only ones that I had extra clues for. Oh yes, here's Jellyfish. I really like Jellyfish, and she really brought it on this episode. She did she did good on the other one, even though the judges talked about her nerves, and she said on this one that her nerves got the best of her on the other episode. I really couldn't even tell that she was nervous on the other episode. So, I mean, I'm no professional judge or professional singer for sure or anything, but I honestly couldn't tell that she was nervous. But okay, so her first clue on this one had me going, maybe she's an Olympic athlete who won a gold medal in the Olympics. And then she started singing, and I was like, no, she's definitely a singer. I'm not saying that Olympic athletes can't sing, but She said that she's very competitive, but as I said, she said that she let the nerves, or her nerves did get the better of her on her first performance. There was a ship that had a thing next to it that said USS Big Bird. And she said her parents put their careers on hold to help her start her career. And there was there was a box of cereal. She's like, "What is that doing there?" And pushed it out of the way. So she's kind of goofy also, and she seemed to be close to her parents and respect them both, but seemed closer to her dad. Like she mentioned her dad more than her mom. And she said that her dad used to wake her up at 3 in the morning to take her to gigs, be they his gigs or her gigs. There was some debate about that. Um, and there was when she would talk about her family, there were 4 people that it showed in the family. And also, her magic lamp clue was a tiger, which Robin thinks like, is that a lion? And I'm like, no, dude, it's obviously a tiger. Well, he was still going toward like Sophia Richie, and the lion meaning it was like referring to Lionel Richie. I'm not going that route with the tiger at all. So other things that some of the things that I wrote down about Jellyfish, this was like when I watched it the second time through, I noticed that when she's talking about family, also there's a pair of glasses that like there's like the frame up here and then like clear on the bottom. Um, and I had forgotten to write down that there were yoga mats, and I think this clue might have been on the other episode, but there were X's and O's, and of course there was that large ship that had the USS Big Bird next to it, and she had like on episode 5, one of her clues was a thing of baby powder. So I'm sure that this person is a mom, which is why I'm going like Sophia Richie. Does she have kids? Like, I mean, there's been several clues indicating that Jellyfish has kids. And she referred to her dad a couple of times as Daddy J or Papa J, stuff like that, which could just simply be in reference to her being the dad of, him being the dad of Jellyfish, and Jellyfish starting with a J, but I don't think that's what it refers to. And she sang the song Crazy and did a crazy job on it. I was like majorly impressed with the job she did on it. So, as you probably remember, my guest from last week from last week, episode 5 for Jellyfish was Britney Spears, and I'm sticking with my guess of Britney Spears for Jellyfish, and here are some of the reasons why, okay? Britney Spears has 2 kids with her ex-husband, Kevin Federline, which means that whenever she was with him, she had a family of 4, right? So she had a family of 4, and also at the MTV Music Awards, I don't recall what year it was. My brain is saying 2001, but that might be wrong. She hasn't performed publicly though in, I want to say, at least 5 years. So she could have had nerves whenever it came to performing. But at the MTV Music Awards, she performed with a tiger. So that's the tiger. Her dad's name is Jamie, like her sister's name. So that would be Daddy J, Papa J, whatever you want to call him. I was going to remind myself what her parents do for a living. I can't remember for sure. I don't think either of them are in the show business industry. I also sort of kind of for a while was thinking maybe about Jessica Simpson, because her and her dad are like super, super, super close, but I don't know what the tiger would have to do with Jessica Simpson. So I am still going with Britney Spears for Jellyfish. I'm sorry, I abbreviated the things whenever I was writing them down. So I do have her down as Jelly. But so the character that was revealed that received the least amount of votes for the favorite one on this episode was Squiggly Monster. Okay. And as I said, I thought Squiggly Monster was still Kid Rock, and the judges guessed different people. And I'm going, well, I mean, I could kind of see those people, and like, I don't know, there was something about his voice when I heard him sing, he was singing. I'm like, it's like the tone to me is sort of still like Kid Rock, but I feel like if Kid Rock was performing Satisfaction, there would be more oomph to it. So I was reading, some people think that Whatchamacallit might be Kid Rock because they said something about the way that he sang, or maybe it wasn't. Well, I'll get to that later when I do my video about the people that are left, because I have it written down in the clues there. Well, I don't have written down that they thought he was Kid Rock, or actually I might not have even written it down, but I have the songs written down. It's the character that performed Toxic by Britney Spears. Um, a lot of people thought it might have been Kid Rock because they were like, oh, he really brought it on that song. So yeah, it wasn't Whatchamacallit, almost certain. Um, but anyway, I was like, that's kind of how I felt with Broccoli. If it were Kid Rock, or not Broccoli, Squiggly Monster, if it were Kid Rock, there would have been more rock to his performance of Satisfaction, if that makes sense. Like he would have had more oomph to it. It's kind of hard to explain, but whenever the judges were telling who they thought it was, Robin Thicke brought up the references to America, and um, there were several different things where he said my fellow Americans, and different stuff about America. And then there were the clip shots, the football to the crotch and the banana peel thing. And so he guessed Bob Saget based on that. The original video clip show was America's Funniest Videos, and he hosted it for quite some time. And that is who, I almost said Broccoli, that is who Squiggly Monster turned out to be. And apparently sometimes in his case, the show contacted him and asked if he would be interested in being the Squiggly Monster, and sent him a picture of the outfit. And he was like, oh, yeah, great. Oh, and he cracked me up because after he was revealed, Nick, a lot of times whenever the characters get revealed, he asks them, so what was the best part, in your opinion, of being on the show or of being this character? And he asked Bob Saget that about being Squiggly Monster. He's like, in your opinion, what was the best part of being a Squiggly Monster? And he says, taking this off, like getting revealed, getting out of this outfit, because they always talk about how hot it is in the outfits and how hard it is for them to see when they're performing sometimes. And I think it was Broccoli said that with it being so hot in the outfit, he's already lost several pounds from doing his performances. But yeah, that's all I wanted to do for this video. And then, like I said, I'm going to try to do a video probably later today about the top 10 that are left, which I will go ahead and name them by group. But I want to do one about those top 10 and the clues that I have for them and who I think they might possibly be based on the clues, and which ones I think might be the gold medal Olympian, or perhaps a set of gold medal Olympians. Not to give anything away about who I think might be the gold medal Olympians. Anyway, I think there are three possibilities for characters that are, in my opinion, probably the gold medal Olympian. But the 10 characters that are left after the end of episode 6 are from group A. Okay, there are 10 left. There are 3 from group A, 4 from group B, and of course 3 from group C. I'll actually start with group C since they just performed. The ones from group C that are left are Mushroom, Broccoli, and Jellyfish, all excellent singers and performers. The ones from group A are Popcorn, Snow Owls, and Sun. I started to say, did I say that wrong? But no. And the ones from group B are Seahorse, Whatchamacallit, and Serpent. So, wait a second. Popcorn, Snow Owls, and Sun. Oh, I'm sorry. I left out Crocodile. My bad. The ones from group B are Crocodile, Seahorse, Whatchamacallit, and Serpent. So, I feel like the two lowest on performance scale right now probably are my personal opinion, whatchamacallit, and Serpent, but we'll have to see who goes next because this season is full of very, very, very talented people. So I'm going to go and get some of my stuff done that I need to do in my personal life for today. I wish I could afford to go out of state, visit my brother-in-law who's in the hospital. They don't think he's got much longer to go, sadly. So makes things hard. But yeah, I'm gonna finish doing this and then I'll make that other video later. So everyone have a good whatever time of day or night it is in your part of the world. Stay safe. Let those you love know that you love and care about them. Be there for people. Don't be the grumpy, don't be the naysayer and negative person. Nobody needs negativity right now. Everybody needs to stay positive and just do their best to keep everybody else feeling like they're loved and cared about, because there are a lot of people right now that are alone in quarantine or alone in hospitals, which is not good for anyone. I really wish they would find some way to defeat this disease, and I don't feel like not allowing people to have visitors. I mean, a lot more people would be surviving this if they were allowed to have visitors while they're sick with it. Put them in a quarantine room with a thing where they can hear the people talking, and have the people in a separate room where they can be like, hi, I love you. I'm so sorry that you're going through this, and I wish I could hold your hand right now, but I can't, but I'm here for you. And, I just feel like they need that. They are allowed to have phones, I guess, whenever they're in there, but a lot of people don't feel like talking on the phone or texting or anything like that whenever they are sick with COVID-19. So, okay, I'm getting a wee bit negative myself, so I'm going to sign off, and yeah, just make the best of what you have and enjoy every minute that you have with those that you love. Like my videos if you want, comment if you want. Don't be posting nasty, disgusting stuff about stuff that I'm going to end up deleting and reporting, because that's not going to be good for me or you, either one. Share your opinions about who you think that they might be. If you think I might be right about someone, let me know. If you think I'm totally, completely off the chart with someone, let me know. Subscribe if you like, comment, like the video, don't like the dislike the video. Do whatever you feel you need to do. Allergies are getting to me. But just everyone take care of everyone and stay safe. Sorry this video turned out to be a little bit longer than I had intended for it to be. And watch for my video probably later today about the top 10 and my opinions on them. I might not make it until tomorrow, but I'm going to try to make it today. So stay safe. Take care.